Donald Peterson presents The True Adventures of Junior G-Men.
The Junior G-Men are on the air, speeding to your home, ready for action.
Stand by, all Junior G-Men, stand by. Stand by for thrilling details of the unusual safe. Calling all Junior G-Men. Stand by for report of Junior G-Man Bob Curtis concerning
The Unusual Safe.
Report number 927 is given by Operator Bob Curtis of
A few weeks ago, on my way home from school, I stopped in at my dad's jewelry store on Grand Street. It was kind of late in the afternoon, and there weren't any customers in the store. Just my dad and his clerk, a man by the name of Henry Barden. When I walked in...
hello, son. Hello there.
Hi, Dad. Good afternoon, Mr. Barden.
Good afternoon, Bob, and how are you today?
Fine, thanks.
Well, son, what brings you down here?
Oh, nothing special, Dad. Just thought I'd drop in and say hello, that's all.
Well, I'm glad you did, son. I'll drive you home in a little while. That is, of course, if you're not in any hurry.
Oh, I'm in no hurry, Dad.
All right, then, as soon as I finish.
Well, here comes a customer, Mr. Curtis, shall I?
Never mind it, Barton. I'll take care of it myself. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You do repair work, don't you?
Oh, yes, of course I do.
All right, I have a job for you, then.
Yes? What kind of a job?
I'd like a new catch put on this diamond bracelet. My wife complains that this one doesn't work just right.
I see. May I have a look at it, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Thank you. It's a very beautiful piece of jewelry, Mr.
Jason. Philip Jason of New York City.
Of New York City? Then you're a stranger in town.
Yes, I'm a stranger in town, but about the bracelet.
Oh, yes, of course, the bracelet. As I was saying, it's a very beautiful thing indeed.
Yes, it is, and it should be. Heaven knows it was expensive enough.
I can very easily believe that.
By the way, just as a point of information, what would you estimate its value? Roughly, of course.
Well, Mr. Jason, that's a rather difficult question to answer.
Well, surely you must have some idea of its value.
Why, yes, I have an idea, but well, let me see. There are several rather large diamonds, and this one right here is exceptionally brilliant. I should say that this bracelet is easily worth $5,000.
A very good estimate. That's exactly what I paid for it.
Well, you can rest assured that you weren't overcharged.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that. But now, the catch.
Oh, yes, the catch. Just what kind of a catch do you want?
Well, just use your own judgment. And please don't spare any expense. I want a good job, and I'm not interested in what it costs.
I see. All right, Mr. Jackson. I'll just write this little ticket for you.
Of course. And, by the way, you might write it out this way. Received from Philip Jason for repairs. One diamond bracelet valued at $5,000.
No, very well. Received from Philip Jason for repairs. One diamond bracelet valued at $5,000. There we are. All signed. Here's your ticket, Mr. Jason.
Thank you. And when can I stop back for it?
Oh, I'd say this evening, sometime after 8:30.
Oh, fine. I'll see you later.
Yes, of course, and thank you very much.
That's all right. Good day.
Good day. Oh, that's that. Oh, say, Barton.
Yes, sir?
Take a look at this bracelet. That's a beauty, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Say, Dad, wasn't it a little unusual? You know, it was telling you just what to write on the repair ticket?
Well, I suppose it was, in a way.
Oh.
Yes, it's often the case, you know, Bob.
I don't suppose you can blame him for wanting to make a point of the bracelets being worth $5,000. If it should happen to disappear,
Disappear? Good heavens, Bob, if that bracelet should disappear, I'd have to make the loss good. I'd have to But let's stop this sort of talk right now. It's making me nervous. Oh, Barton.
Yes.
Barton, you'd better put this bracelet in the safe and lock it up.
Yes, Mr. Curtis. I'll attend to it right away.
Please. I'm going to take Bob home now, but I'll be back shortly after 7.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll take care of the catch on that bracelet myself. In the meantime, I wish you'd finish it.
And after we finished our supper, I happened to remember that I'd left some of my books in the store, and so when Dad went back, I went with him. It was just a little before 7 o'clock.
Well, here we are, Bob. Come on in.
Yes, sir.
I don't see Barton around. I guess he's in the back room where the big safe is.
Well, I guess so, Dad.
Now, let's see. Do you remember where you left...
Wait a second, Dad.
What's the matter?
Well, isn't it a little funny that Mr. Barton didn't even try to find out who opened the store?
You're right about that, son. Of course, it's a little hard to hear back there with the door shut, but even so... Barton! Barton!
Mr. Curtis! Mr. Curtis! Thank heavens you come.
Well, he's in the back, all right.
Yeah, and from what he said, something must have happened.
Well, come on out, Barton.
I can't, Mr. Curtis. I can't. I've been locked in.
Locked in? By who? By whom?
By the thieves.
Thieves? Thieves? Good heavens, man. Stand clear, Barton. I'm going to break the door down. Look out, son. Look out here.
Okay, Dad.
There. There she goes.
Are you all right, Mr. Curtis?
Yes, I'm all right. Tell me, Mr. Barton. Tell me, what's happened,
The store's been robbed, Mr. Curtis. I don't know, of course, what was taken from the showcases out front, but the safe is almost completely cleaned out.
Tell me, Barton, that bracelet, Mr. Jason's bracelet.
That's gone, too.
Oh, good heavens,
Gee whiz, $5,000. And you'll have to make it good, Dad.
Yes, I'll have to make it good, of course. I've got some insurance, but hardly enough to... Barton, how did this happen?
I was back here, Mr. Curtis, just putting some things into the safe when all of a sudden I heard the front door open. I thought it was a customer, slammed the safe door shut and started for this door you just broke down. But before I was able to get to it, it was open from the other side and 2 men walked in. They were wearing masks.
All right, back fella. We got you covered.
Oh, look here, what do you think you're...
Now, take it easy, mister. Or you might get hurt.
But I...
Shut up. Get over to that safe and open it up.
I can't.
You mean you won't?
I can't. I can't, I tell you. I don't know the combination.
You're a liar.
No, I'm telling you the truth. I can't open that safe.
No? Well, you could if I pounded you around a bit. Maybe a couple of socks in the jaw with it.
Maybe the guy's telling the truth.
Oh, and if he is, what are we going to do?
That's simple. We'll open the safe ourselves. You keep this mug covered while I go to work on it. I ought to be able to crack it with me.
And there I stood with the gun staring me in the face. I couldn't do a thing but watch. And then after that one fellow had been working on the safe for almost 10 minutes, he finally got it open. They took what they wanted, locked me in here, and left.
I see. Now look here, Barton. Would you recognize either of those 2 men if you were ever to see them again?
Well, I'm afraid not, Mr. Curtis. You see, they were masked. And,
Yes, of course, masked. And that makes it almost impossible for you to give descriptions of them.
That's right, Mr. Curtis. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you very much. However, I'll do what I can.
Of course you
Say,
will.
Mr. Barton,
Yes, Bob.
how long ago did all this happen?
Oh, well, now let me see. I'd say about, half an hour after you and your father left me.
Oh, I see. Then the thieves are probably miles away by this time.
Exactly, and that's why I think we should get in touch with the police right away, after all.
Yes, of course, you're right, Barton, But look here, suppose you call the police yourself.
All right, sir, if that's the way you want it.
In the meantime, I'll check the safe to find out just exactly what's
Yes,
missing.
sir, I'll be right back as soon as I've made the call. See you later.
See, Dad.
Yes, Bob.
Easy, Dad. I don't want Mr. Barton to hear this.
What? What don't you want him to hear?
Oh, I'll explain in a minute. But before I do, there's just one question I'd like to ask you.
Yes, and what's that?
Is this safe in here any different than other safes? Is there anything unusual about it?
Why, no. No, it's just the same as any other safe of its kind.
Well, then there's something mighty unusual about Mr. Barton's story.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, hold it, Dad. I'll explain everything, only I've got to begin from the beginning.
All right, Bob, go ahead.
Well, in the first place, Mr. Barton claims that he was putting some things in the safe when he heard someone come in the front door. Then after merely slamming the safe door shut, he started out to the front and...
Yes, and before he got to the door, the two men came in and held him up. I know all that, son. I know
please,
all that.
Dad, let me finish.
All right. Go on, then. Go
Now,
on.
according to Mr. Barton, these men asked him to open the safe, but he refused, and
Well,
when
he didn't exactly refuse. He merely lied to them, told them he didn't know the combination, which was, well, he